All right, welcome back to the channel. So let's talk this boxing. Big news. Hopefully, the fight is back on. Let me say what's up to everybody in chat. Adrian Vent in the building. First one in the house. As always, man, good to see you, brother. Brandon Felder said, salute Fannon. The fight was canceled by Castano for glove irregularities. Don't know if it's fixed. I'm sure it's fixed by now. That's a lot of money to be leaving on the table over a pair of gloves, man. But I'm glad to, honestly, man, when I read that, shout out to the watcher who sent me that. I saw that last night. And I didn't give it too much thought because I was like, they're gonna get past that. They'll figure that one out. But I'm glad to see that they're taking this glove stuff serious since Deontay Wilder had all that crap happen to him with Tyson Fury's gloves. Dwayne Jones, shout out to Atlanta. The great ATL. God Body Sports and News say Castano says there were irregularities, but they both use Grant gloves. I mean, I guess that there could be problems with a pair of gloves, especially if you stick egg weights in them. You know, like Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury had a pair of gloves. What were those gloves he's wearing? Pathin sport gloves. Whole bunch of Pathin sport gloves are fine, but them customized ones, you know, they can be a little bit funny. But hey, hopefully I'm sure they got that already worked out, man. Jonathan Cotton in the building says, top of the morning, King, let's get in. Yes, yep, absolutely, let's get in. And by the way, this morning, hit me up whatever questions you guys have so we can just have a real flowing type of conversation. I can make sure that I talk about the things that you guys want to talk about. You know, so I have my idea about what I want to talk about, but when you guys ask questions, it takes the chat the way that you guys want it to go. And I'm gonna try to read everybody's comments and all that good stuff this morning too. Devin Goins said, "What's up? What up, Martin? You the man, bro. Thank you very much, man. I got cousins named Goins. Yeah, my man. I'm not gonna say their names on the chat because I got trolls that love to search people down and do all kind of other reckless crap with people's information. But yes, sir. The Mad Dog 2020 Bandit, Fannon the GOAT. Thank man. What's going on? Said, all right. Where'd it go? Oh, it's a salute. Fannon, I asked Showtime on Twitter. They just reposted the fight. It appears we have a fight. Yeah, I was pretty sure that they were going to get that. They were going to work that out, man. What's going on? Unadulterated truth. What's happening, man? Top of the AM to you as well, man. Viva Tu Vida says, salute, Martin, and salute to the chat. Ready for this boxing conversation. Yeah. Yep, we're going to do it this morning. What's going on? Nuke Juice in the building. As always, good to see you, sir. Castano is delusional. Look, man, I'm going to tell you, I can't get it. I can't be too hard on people that are, well, you know, as long as it gets worked out, I'm okay with it being worked out. It's better than they're not being. What's going on? Xavier Martinez in the building. It's better than the alternative, man, where somebody's not paying attention to people's gloves and they get in there with gloves that are loaded or gloves that can hurt somebody, man. You know, that's what we were talking about with Deontay Wilder in the second fight with Tyson Fury. I don't know if checking the gloves would have fixed that with Tyson Fury. Personally, I think Tyson Fury could have done a whole lot of shit. I think I believe 100% that his ass could have switched them damn gloves out when he was coming out. Could have done a lot of stuff. But, you know, it is what it is. Make sure you gotta check the gloves, man, because we don't need anybody getting hurt in the sport of boxing over somebody cheating. And I think that who caught somebody? Didn't Shaq Foster catch somebody with some gloves or caught him doing something that was offhand? But anyway, I'm looking forward to the fight. I got to do my poll one more time, man. Let me know if there's anybody that thinks Brian Castano is going to win this fight, because I may cover the fight, but if there's no, say, Ali Vos ain't lying. He said, check the gloves in the ring. You're supposed to check the gloves in the ring. That's how Tyson Fury got caught against Christian Hamer. He didn't get caught, but he didn't get caught until he got in the ring. Now, how didn't they catch somebody with a thumb disconnected before the fight when they're checking the gloves? Who knows, you know? Mr. J in the building. What's going on with you, brother? How are you? Gun-toting Democrat said it should be mandatory. Fury does not tamper with the locker room camera. I want to know why people didn't just there's a bunch of cameras in that place. There has to be more cameras in that place. It's a casino. They keep cameras. They record everything. I don't think he wins, but I think that he may cause some problems. Yeah, his lack of power. I went back and I was looking at it, and I was just like, yeah, he's a high volume puncher. He does connect well, but he doesn't seem to have a lot of power. And Jermell Charlo just seems to be like if he controls the range, because Jermell Charlo can do both. He can both box from the outside and he can slug when he wants to and be the boxer puncher. I mean, he's a quintessential boxer puncher. But I think that he can be able to control Brian Castano with range, but at the same time, when he wants to get in there and bang, he can hurt him. Now, worrying about them gloves and irregularities in them gloves it means he's more than likely worried about that power. You think the fight between Andy Ruiz and Dillian Whyte is true? No, I do not believe that is true. I don't believe. Let me tell you about Dillian Whyte, man. I don't believe that Dillian Whyte, man, is. I'm sorry, man. I got to make fun of that dude. Dillian Whyte, man. The Dillian Whyte man is ever gonna fight anybody that's a difficult competition, man. Yeah, because Andy Ruiz is relatively fresh. He's a dangerous fighter. He's not old. I heard that he was coming over. Now, did you hear that they were actually going to do the fight? I believe Andy Ruiz would like that fight. I wouldn't mind seeing that fight. I think that's the end. I think that's the end once again before the rebirth of Dillian Whyte, you know? Xavier Martinez said, Big Charlo was in a hell of a fight in his last fight. No one expected Montel to be anything, including me. Yeah, I haven't. You know what? I didn't get a chance to see that fight. But that's what I'm saying. You gotta see the fight take place. Yeah, man, I can't believe that I didn't see that fight, man. I had taken a break from boxing completely for a month. I got to go back and look at it. It was a tough fight for Jermell. But hey, dude, styles make fights, and sometimes cats come to fight, man. You know? I got Ruiz by knockout. I have Ruiz by knockout too. There's almost no way that Dillian Whyte can avoid getting his ass knocked. Can avoid heavy shots coming at him from Andy Ruiz. Oh, Montel got his ass whooped. He just wasn't trying to win. Okay, thank you, man. I'm about to say, God dang. I say, please don't let that be the case, because I need to see my Canelo versus Jermell Charlo fight, man. Now, hey, take a poll. Who do you think, if Jermell Charlo wins this fight next, who do you want to see him fight next? Do you want to see him fight somebody that is still at 154? Should he move up to 160 or fight? What do you guys want to see after that? Yeah, okay, I'm going to go back and watch the fight. I'll watch that fight for sure. I'll watch it today before I go watch back, because before I put my... Woo-wee, I don't know, man. I ain't in the mood to lose no money. Lamar Watson said, I disagree. I don't like Whyte, but Ruiz didn't look good in his last fight. Oh, Andrade? Oh, man. So you trying to get him to move up to 160? I wouldn't mind seeing that in Andrade, but honestly, the fight that really needs to happen is Jermell Charlo and Andrade needs to happen. Yeah, I'm down there with Damon Smith. The fight that needs to happen between them is Jermell Charlo and Demetrius Andrade. You want to see him defend the titles against anybody? Yeah, I'll take that too. But really, Fahim said, Fahim Sator in the building said, I want to see him defend and reign at 154. That would be unique, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be unique? Because who were the last couple undisputed fighters? You have Terrence Crawford, and Terrence Crawford never defended his title. Then you have, I don't like that Fundora fight. I don't like that Fundora fight, because personally, dude, Fundora need to go fight at 175, man. Like, dude, you 6'7". Take your ass up to 175, man, before he gets timbered. But that Fundora, that's kind of like, I don't know why. That's probably, I just don't take Fundora seriously, man. Like he's gonna get Nakatani'd. Like that's just gonna be like Lomachenko versus Nakatani. Southern T Boxing in the building. What's going on with you, man? How you feeling? Canelo smokes Jermell and Andrade. Yeah, then let him tell him to get a lighter. Tell him get a lighter. Get your rolling papers and make it happen, dog. That's make it happen. Okay? He's gonna smoke. Guess what? He's gonna smoke Caleb Plant too. He smoked Billy Joe Saunders. He's a bunch of people that he smoked. But you're still gonna have to fight. So tell him to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like of all of the things, yeah, Usyk never defended. Usyk never defended. I thought Usyk had one. I thought Usyk had one defense, but you're better than me with that, Fahim. Let me check it out. Alexander Usyk. Yeah, I'm only gonna check because I'm checking from my recollection. However, I will tell you that you're probably right. Because I don't know who has. Yeah, he did. He defended it. He defended it against Tony Bellew. He won it against Murat Gassiev. And then he defended it against what's his name that I just said, that obnoxious ass. What's obnoxious ass dude's name again? Oh, Tony Bellew. Man, that is one obnoxious motherfucker, bro. God dog, man. Yeah, he did it. He did it one time. Let me go back. Yeah, you good? That's what's up, man. Glad to see that you got your totals, man. Charlo said he's not fighting Spence. He said they're brothers. Yeah, that's not gonna happen, dog. I would think what would happen though is Spence might jump, depending on what goes on at 160. If Jermell jumps out of 160, I bet Errol Spence Jr. would go to 160. Because he already said that he wants to go to 60 and fight 160 to fight Canelo Alvarez. And I don't think that he's very long for that weight division. I don't think that Jermell is very long for that weight division. So y'all don't lie to me, because I'm telling you I didn't see that fight. Don't tell me that Jermell Charlo had no tough fight if he didn't have a tough fight against Montiel. It was like, what the heck? Did he take a drop? Did he you know what I mean? I know Montiel, and Montiel shouldn't be doing nothing to Jermell Charlo. Said Canelo won't smoke David Benavidez. I don't think Canelo's going to smoke Jermell. I'm going to tell you who I think is competitive for Canelo Alvarez. Jermell Charlo has the ability to beat Canelo Alvarez. Demetrius Andrade has the ability to beat Canelo Alvarez. David Benavidez probably has the ability to beat Canelo Alvarez. They're selling this idea that Canelo Alvarez is invincible, but we know that Canelo Alvarez is not invincible because we saw the Gennady Golovkin fights. Okay? We saw all this stuff that people keep talking about, how that because I think that Canelo Alvarez is a very, very good fighter. But come on, man. He lost to Floyd Mayweather. Many people thought he lost to Erislandy Lara. Many people thought that he had at least had a draw or maybe lost to Austin Trout. A whole bunch of people thought he lost to Gennady Golovkin 2 times. One time and the second time. So you can't tell me now all of a sudden that Canelo Alvarez, because he's fighting lesser opposition, that all of a sudden he's undefeatable. What Canelo Alvarez is doing is Canelo Alvarez is fighting lesser competition. Let me look at this guy's record, man, real quick. And I'm telling you, I like Canelo Alvarez. I like Canelo Alvarez as a fighter. I like Canelo Alvarez. I like Canelo Alvarez as a person. I do think that he tested I know he tested positive, and I do think he juices. And that's just... Ooh, hold on one second. Just in the active. Saul Canelo Alvarez. Let's look at this record like people like to look at it and say things. Okay, so Billy Joe Saunders is a trash fight. Trash fight number 1. Avian Yeldemir, trash fight number 2. Callum Smith, trash fight number 3. Sergey Kovalev, trash fight number 4. You had a good one in there in Daniel Jacobs. That's a good win, I do say. And then you have Rocky Fielding. That's another trash fight. Since 2018, the only serious fight that he took was against Daniel Jacobs. And that was a Daniel Jacobs who already got knocked out by Pirov and lost to Gennady Golovkin. So he was not in any real danger of losing to Daniel Jacobs, even though Daniel Jacobs is a good fighter. But before that, dude, no, he's just, Don't tell me that based on this guy's record that somehow, hey, we got 166 people in the building. Let's hit the like button, man. Or hit the like button. Andrade shows no skills. He is terrible in my opinion. That's why he doesn't have a strong fan base. Dude, you're bugging, dude. That Demetrius Andrade knows. Do you watch boxing, dude? Like, I want to be polite to you, but seriously, Demetrius Andrade shows no skill. What do you want to see from him? I mean, seriously, please tell me, Slugfest, what skill you're missing from Boo Boo Andrade? I would be very interested to know. What, he has poor footwork? No, he has excellent footwork. What does he have? What does he throw, sloppy punches? No, he has extremely, extremely accurate punches. I mean, what is unskilled about him? No skill? See, I'm telling you, you do a disservice to Canelo when you do that stuff. Because to call Demetrius Andrade, to say that Demetrius Andrade has no skill is just point blank ridiculous. Now, you may say he doesn't have a lot of power. I can see if you said that. Like he doesn't have, a lot of power. What was that guy's name? Gary Williams, the guy that he just got done with that ball of steroids. That ball of steroids he fought from the UK. But come on, man. Demetrius Andrade has no skill. I'm sorry. I can't do that, dog. I know he got dropped by Vanis Martirosyan. Let me tell you something, man. What skills does he not possess? You said that he's not skilled. What skill does he not? Liam Williams, thank you. What skill does he not possess? Just tell me what skills he doesn't have. You're not going to be able to name it. There's no way that you actually watch Boo Boo Andrade and say that Boo Boo Andrade is not a skilled fighter. You can say that he doesn't hit hard, or that he's boring, something like that. Maybe to call him boring. You know what I mean? Because dude, he be whooping cats in one-sided fights. Yes, he popped dirty twice. He did, but twice in the same camp. He tested positive twice in the same camp. Those are 2 tests in the same camp. Canelo is without a doubt a steroid cheat for that fight. I'm just kidding. Seriously, I like Demetrius. I like Canelo Alvarez, but yeah, he tested positive. There's nothing else you can say about it. And generally speaking, I just like Canelo. What can I say? I like Canelo. Some fighters I think that are on juice, I'm just like, hey man, I like you though. But if somebody says, yeah, he's on juice, I'll be like, yeah, he's probably on juice. But, it is what it is on that. I just don't want to be a hypocrite, Big Noop in the building. He said Boo Boo brings it. Man, Boo Boo can fight his ass off. I don't even get that shit. I'm just telling you, I do Antoine Flowers, he's not at 160. Ennis is the most feared at 147 of the young guys, man. You guys got to check your weight classes, man. You got to check your weight class, man. Jermell is a coward. Fight him. Then fight him. Try to fight him, okay? Try to fight him. Say, hey, Canelo, go fight this coward. I want to know how you can call somebody a coward when people won't fight him. He's not ducking fights. He's not, what people are saying, see, that's a little trick you guys play. When somebody asks for the fight, you say he's a coward. But he's asking for the fight. How is he a coward? Well, because he's got no skill. He's got no skill. But you just said he was a coward. But he's boring. Like, dude, you are scared. Let me tell you who the coward is. The coward is the Canelo Alvarez fans that do not want him to fight Jermell Charlo. Because that's the only thing, only people trying to stand in the way of a fight happening are Eddie Hearn as a promoter, Eddie Hearn the promoter, and Canelo Alvarez fans who want to tell people that, you're a coward. Am I a coward? I want to fight you. Well, I'm not going to fight you because you're a coward. Like, what? Do you think about the shit that comes out your mouth? Like, do you think about it before you say the shit you say? The fact of the matter is Jermell Charlo wants to fight Canelo Alvarez. You cannot effectively defend that by saying, oh, Jermell Charlo has no skills and he's a coward and he's boring and he needs to prove himself and dibbity bibbity bobbity boop. You know what I'm saying? Ibbity bibbity bobbity boop. You all do not want, man, get the fuck out of here. Look, slugfest. What weight class is David Benavidez in? That's what I'm saying, dude. Come on, dude. Do you follow boxing or do you follow boxing? I appreciate you being in here talking. So, and I definitely appreciate the back and forth. I do. It's a lot of fun. David Benavidez is a 168-pound fighter with no belts. Jermell Charlo is a 160-pound fighter with the WBC belt. How is he ducking David Benavidez? That is not possible. He doesn't fight in the same weight class. That is not a duck. What that is you trying to find a way to get Jermell Charlo beaten imaginarily. That's what you're trying to do. Oh, he's ducking Arthur Beterbiev. Arthur Beterbiev's a 175-pounder. This guy's a 160-pounder. What are you talking about? Do you think Canelo Alvarez is ducking Deontay Wilder? Seriously. Do you think that Canelo Alvarez is a coward and he's ducking Deontay Wilder? Because he's never fought Deontay Wilder. And I'm sure Deontay Wilder would fight him if he was in middleweight. Like, no problem. He'd take the fight, right? So, right, exactly. You don't think that's possible. Why? Because you know that they're not in the same weight class. Canelo Alvarez is at 168 pounds right now. He's a unified champion at 168. Deontay Wilder is fighting at heavyweight. He doesn't even have a belt, similar to David Benavidez. So why would you get on Jermell Charlo for not moving up in weight? You know, Jermell Charlo was trying to, if anything, you know who you can say Jermell Charlo was ducking? Demetrius Andrade. That is the only argument that I got that anybody can give me for Jermell Charlo ducking anybody, and that's because his team said you don't get anything out of fighting fighting Demetrius Andrade. And guess what? It's the truth. And it's the truth. And guess what? It's also the truth for Demetrius Andrade because of fans like you, Slugfest. Because of fans like you. Man, much love in that super chat. He said, fam, is everything okay? Man, dude, you got to mind your business, dog. I ain't got no problem with him, and you got to get the fuck out of my life, homie. Okay? Let me tell you something. Don't come starting shit Don't start shit in a super chat. You're gonna lose your money just like that, dude. Don't ask questions about shit that ain't your business. Is everything all right between you and your cousin Larry? What kind of shit is that? You know what I mean? If you ask the question, you're gonna get thrown out and all that. I got no problems with anybody. Thank you very much. Except for people that stick their nose in people's business. You know what I'm saying? You all the way in UK, mind your business. Exactly, man. Just mind your motherfucking business. But thanks for the $1, and you did it cheap because you knew you was going to get your ass thrown out for that shit. Mind your goddamn business. Anyway, he said, oh, but I get a holla out of fighting. What? You get hella out of fighting? Let me explain the principle, dumbasses. I didn't call you a dumbass, Gilbert A. But let me explain this to dumbasses. There is no way that Jermell Charlo is going to get any credit from you guys. Absolutely none. Nothing that he's going to do is going to be treated well by you. It's just what it is. If he beats, this is what happens if he beats Demetrius Andrade. Ugh, dude. I'm telling you, these guys love me. Huge. Oh, look. Oh, that's what you mean. Oh, get the hell out of here. Oh, get the fuck out of here. No, you know what he gets out of that? He gets a paycheck. He gets the same thing he would get from Demetrius Andrade, a paycheck. But what happens if he what happens if he wins? Is that somehow going to give him more cachet to get a Canelo Alvarez fight? Right? Because Canelo Alvarez is the big fight, and I think everybody can agree. No, what's going to happen is you're just going to turn around and say Demetrius Andrade's a bum. Who has Demetrius Andrade ever fought? That will be your retort. Who has Demetrius Andrade ever fought? He never fought anybody. He's a bum. It's not going to matter if he beats Demetrius Andrade. If he loses to Demetrius Andrade, you're going to say, oh, he's just a bum. He lost to Demetrius Andrade, and Demetrius Andrade's a bum. And guess what happens for Demetrius Andrade? Same thing. If he beats Jermell Charlo, what's going to happen? He'll get a paycheck. Or is he going to get a Canelo Alvarez fight? Are you guys going to start treating him with respect? No, you're not. All you're going to say is Demetrius Andrade was all you're going to say is that Jermell Charlo was a bum. That's all you're going to do. Because you treat, no, it's the truth. That's how I see it playing out. If I'm wrong, okay. But I don't think so. What credit have they given either of these fighters for beating anybody? Now, I would love to see the fight. Don't get me wrong. I think that's a good fight for me. Like, I would love to see the fight. But unless they're talking about they're going to get a lot of money for the fight, or maybe they can put it on pay-per-view, that'd be great. But I don't see it, man. No, that's not true, Slugfest. Andrade did not pull out of a Jermell Charlo fight. He pulled out of a There you go. You corrected yourself. There you go. Because I'm getting sick of correcting you, Slugfest. I got to tell you, you got to start checking your shit a little quicker, okay? You talking about people in one division or ducking people weight classes down? Exactly. He pulled out of the Jermell fight at 154. Look, that's how I think those type of things play off. But he will be getting, you know what they would get? He would get that belt, though. He would. But I suspect what he's trying to get. Hey, Richard, you got to fact check. You got to fact check. You got to fact check your boy on a regular, man. Lions only crew, the best stable in boxing. Is that true? That's not a stable. That's those two brothers, right? And Lions only. Is that the best stable in boxing? Who has the best? The best stable in boxing is PBC. That's the best stable. That's the best stable in boxing is the PBC. The PBC got a shitload of fighters, dude. They got a shitload of fighters, and they treat their fight and they treat people well, man. Crawford is, what did it say? A-side boxing. Fannon, 160 is the weakest division in boxing. Unifying would be best for, yeah, I mean, I see your point. From that aspect, I see your point, A-side boxing talk. I really do. I really do. Yeah, but I really do. No, Spence's man down promotions. Spence's man down promotions. And honestly, I don't know. I thought Lions Only was Jermell. But I don't know, man. They got their brand. I don't want to get into the middle of their brand because I remember an argument that happened where all these trolls tried to jump on the fact that there was a little. It didn't even seem like a beef between the brothers. But it's like, yeah, people got it. You remember that when people got into that beef? Like Jermell said something about Lions, or Jamal might have said something about Lions Only, and Jermell didn't like how it sounded, and then somebody had a microphone around him, and he said something, and then they are, oh, the brothers are there, the brothers are fighting back and forth. Like, get some decency about yourselves, man. Don't stick your nose into people's families. You know what I mean? That's what you YouTube trolls really need to understand. What? Just keep yourselves out of people's personal lives, man. We out here talking boxing. We're out here. We can disagree about boxing. There's enough. But if you're so stupid that you can't defend yourself, see, like, that's why I get trolls that have to resort to, acting like they got crushes on me, because they're so inept at communicating what they think about boxing that they have to resort to ridiculous, outrageous insults because they can't argue in a boxing court. In a boxing court, in a boxing debate. Dude, you guys are terrible with this shit. Hey, man, hit the like button before I get on to this next one. Hey, look, we got 283 people, man. Can we get the likes over 200, please? If you're in the building, it doesn't cost anything to give me the engagement and like it. If you dislike it, then okay, cool, dislike it. But do something, engage with the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. So anyway, you say Billy Joe Saunders is a bum. No, I did not. But he would have praised Andrade. No, how do you mean I would have done that? Why would I have praised Demetrius Andrade if he would have beat Billy Joe Saunders? You don't know any of that shit. That is nothing but a bunch of fucking assumptions. Number one, I never said Billy Joe Saunders was a bum. Never said it. I said he was not a good fight for Canelo Alvarez because he's not a top-tier fighter. And I maintain that. But I did not say that he's a bum. Okay? Never left if it did leave my mouth, good. Okay? Then he's a bum. However, I don't recall ever calling Billy Joe Saunders a bum. I think Billy Joe Saunders is a cheater and that he tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs and then somehow miraculously finds himself with a Canelo Alvarez fight, despite the fact that he tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs and left Demetrius Andrade there without a fight. I think that he's a scumbag and he's full of shit. But I never said he was a bum, and I never said he was a bum in the ring. Billy Joe Saunders can fight. I think he's one of the couple truly international level fighters that you guys have. Canelo Alvarez, he put up a halfway decent fight against Canelo Alvarez while that shit lasted. Just trash. Matter of fact, let me look at old garbage ass Billy Joe Saunders. He retired. Yeah, he retired from that in that fight. Yep, 148. Thank you, man. Get the likes up, man. Come on, man. It's not a lot of people in the chat this morning, so there's plenty of room for you guys to get over there on that like button. Crawford is maybe top 50 or 20. Potential is not a rating in pound for pound rating. That's just silly. Why would you say that? That's just silly. The Terrence Chop is maybe a top 20 fighter. Come on, man. Look, not everything. First of all, there's a bunch of people that ain't fighting no damn body. Okay? Let me go through this guy. Let me go through this pound for pound list. Let me look at Juan Carlos Estrada. For example, Juan Carlos Estrada. This guy is in the top 10 pound for pound. Juan Carlos, I just active. Hold on. Juan Estrada, active fighters. Juan Francisco Estrada, El Gallo. Please forgive me, I got his name messed up. 42-3. At Superfly. Chocolatito, split decision win over Chocolatito. Carlos Quadra. Dwayne Beeman. Winskalik Wang. Victor Mendez. Felipe Orchuta. Come on, man. He's had a bunch of fights with Carlos Quadra, though. So what? He's a top 20 guy. But Terrence Crawford isn't. And here's something else. A whole bunch of people, then that's why I meant you can look at a whole bunch of people's records and see that they didn't fight a lot of people. Because honestly, in boxing, there's not a lot of really good fights being made. And you can find big swaths of people that haven't fought anybody. At a certain point in time, you got to look at what the guy does in the ring and be able to judge and scout him based on what he does in the ring and what you see him doing in the ring. Because you can see how good a fighter somebody is by looking at them fight. But nowadays, now pretty much you guys always make these arguments that I got to go to BoxRec and go down BoxRec, and if I don't recognize every name as being a superstar, oh, that's something wrong. No, there's a bunch of guys that are just, that's one of the things about being a championship level fighter. You're going to fight a lot of people that you're better than. That's why you're the champion. And you're only going to have a couple people, maybe 3 people out there that are going to be able to really compete with you. And at any given weight test, I can look at Canelo Alvarez's record and see a bunch of guys in there like I just laid out that are like, oh yeah, so what. But when Canelo wins, it's, oh my God, look how great, how incredible Canelo is. But you see Jermell Charlo do it, you're like, it doesn't count, and it's not like a Canelo level fighter. That's almost like what you're trying to say. Like, unless he's fighting somebody that's as good as Canelo, then he hasn't proved that he deserves a fight with Canelo. And since there's only a couple people as good as Canelo on the planet, then why would you expect for somebody like Jermell to have people better, as good as Canelo on his resume before he fights Canelo? You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. At a certain point in time, man, you got to be like, look at what the guy does in the ring. And for Terrence Crawford, for him not to be in the top 20, I mean, come on, man. The dude is definitely in the top 10 pound for pound. The guy won an undisputed championship at 140. He's a 135-pound champion. He's a 147-pound champion. Now, what he's done at 147 pounds hasn't been it hasn't been the best, and I would definitely get on him for that. But I'm not going to sit up and say that the dude isn't a top 10 fighter. He's without a doubt a top 10 fighter in the sport. There's not 10 guys in the sport of boxing better than Terrence Crawford, man. There may be one at welterweight, maybe 2 at welterweight now, but still, those guys are extremely. I wasn't talking to you, genius. Wasn't talking to you. You just blamed me for assuming, but just said we would praise Canelo for fighting bums. First of all, I wasn't talking to you. I was not talking to you. And Canelo Alvarez has been praised for fighting fighters like James Kirkland? What would you call James Kirkland? What would you call Amir Khan at the point in time for relative to Canelo Alvarez? Come on. He's 130. He couldn't stay awake through a fight at 135 pounds, and now he's fighting Canelo at 160? Or what did he fight Canelo at? 154? Come on, man. They don't want another Floyd Mayweather in boxing. They're freezing a lot of fighters with that style, that style today. Well, guess what? Guess who's one of the people that are freezing people with style like that? Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather Jr. Yeah. Floyd Mayweather Jr. won't let Gary Russell get Gervonta Tank Davis, man. Let's make it pop. You know? What's going on? Crush the legend in the building on this early Saturday morning. What did I miss? Yeah, I missed something. Oh man, they froze Rigondeaux. But Rigondeaux's getting a fight, man. Rigondeaux's gonna get, now that he's 40 years old, now that he's like, my age, he gets to get his fights, man. He gets to get that fight, man. I'm so excited for him, dude. Yeah, but seriously, don't play games with me, man. You're not long for it, okay? Let me just tell you. What's your name here? Again? Slugfest. You're not long, dog, because I'm about to slug this block button. Just let you know. I'm about to slug it. Okay? Boop! Right on that button. Come on, man. I'm having to check your facts way too often. You know what I mean? Way too often. But I like you. So I'm giving you fair warning, dog. I only let the trolling go so far. Like after the third or fourth one, then you got to go. Because you're asking questions. The dudes in the chat ain't really asking questions. So today you got a lot of, you got a lot of sight, you got a lot of visibility today. Yeah, man. We got only 181 likes. Yeah, man. Can we get the likes up over 300, please? Hey, we got it's the I'm skipping. I didn't even see super chats. I did not even. B&B Boxing News says salute from a Q to a noob. New Orleans in the building. That's what's up. What's going on, man? B&B Boxing News. Yeah, I see your colors now. I see that. I see your colors now. That's what's up, man. Much love in that super chat. Let me see if I missed another super chat. No, I didn't see. A-Side Boxing made a great point, though. I didn't want A-Side Boxing. You made a very, very solid point. Let me go down here slowly. New York Rican. De La Hoya called out Mayweather and Canelo on Hot Boxing channel. Do you think they make better pew numbers than Tyson versus Jones? Yes, I do. I think De La Hoya versus Mayweather as an exhibition would make more money. No, it would not. No, it would not. No, not more than Mike Tyson. Because I still maintain Floyd was very lucky, dog. Floyd took advantage of the fact that there wasn't a lot of heavyweights. And honestly, Mike Tyson really never got the deal, the type of contract that Floyd Mayweather got. But if they would have given the same type of contract to Mike Tyson, like one where he could really make that much money, they had a series of fights, and they were like fights that he could win, very winnable fights. Man, he would have made Mike Tyson was huge, man. Mike Tyson was huge. I know that Mayweather made a lot of money, but it's not like, I just didn't get the sense that Floyd, I think, there you put it that way. Floyd Mayweather Jr. had some really great matchups that allowed him to make a lot of money on some pay-per-views. Mike Tyson pretty much carried that shit. Mike Tyson carried the event. The Evander Holyfield fight was big, but it's not like Evander Holyfield. It's not like, it wasn't like Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao. You know what I mean? It wasn't like an Ali Frazier type of situation. Mike Tyson really carried the pay-per-view sales for those things. But so no, I don't think that that would outsell Mike. And plus, people are kind of saturated on Floyd Mayweather. I don't know if Floyd Mayweather Jr. is going to sell that much. Floyd Mayweather is like, he drained the shit out that rock. You know what I mean? I think he drained that rock. What did he say? You trying to get blood out of a turnip? I think at this point in time, him trying to have a big pay-per-view thing is him trying to get blood out of a turnip. Because people are like, he never stopped fighting. He's done like 3. He did the Conor McGregor was big, and then he did the Tekken little thing, and then he did this Jake Paul thing, and I didn't get a sense that the Logan Paul fight was all that huge. Mike Tyson versus Evander Holyfield, I think a lot of people would tune into seeing that. Because Mike Tyson seems like serious business when he's fighting. I'm going to go down. Hope I don't miss any super chats. People got ain't a lot of super chats today because people got to pay that $75 for that fight tonight. I appreciate it, man. Who you like tonight, Noop? Oh, I got Jermell Charlo, man. I got Jermell Charlo winning. Yeah, I got Jermell Charlo winning on that, man. My prediction on it, 10th round, a knockout somewhere around the 10th round. I think that eventually Jermell Charlo is going to start hitting him with some shit that's going to shake that dude up. But maybe could go the distance. I'm kind of iffy on this, man, because I got a lot of respect for Brian Castano as a fighter, man. He's a really, really solid fighter. And he seems like he's got a really sturdy chin. And so, I think it may go the distance. But if not, it'll be a unanimous decision for Jermell Charlo. I don't think Jermell Charlo is going to allow himself to get outpointed. Yeah, Floyd was very, very smart. Yeah, very smart, dude. No doubt about it. Rick Blackwell in the building, man. What's going on with you, man? How you feeling today? Hey, by the way, man, y'all hit the like button. Hey, we got 300 people in the building, 200 likes, man. Get the likes all the way up to 300 would be greatly appreciated. It's important for the engagement, man. Exactly, yeah. Brian Castano's tough, man. And he's got a chin looks like this. Like, he looks like, I don't know the comic book character, but there's kind of like this, there's this, those characters that just have like the really big chin and a cleft, a really big cleft and a cleft in their chin. That's what he looks like. He just looks like you can hit him over in the chin with an anvil. Exactly, man. We missing like 100 likes. You guys can hit the like button, man. Come on, don't be stingy with me now. Don't be stingy. I'm out here. I get up here. I work out here facilitating the conversation every day. We can make it happen. Does Banana Man got that chin like, yeah? Dude, his chin looks like at least 2 inches longer than the normal chin. 2 inches. He said, Brian, body look kind of flabby. Body shot time. Yeah, but he's going to be tough, dog. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Frankenstein in his mug. He said he got the, hold on, I got to see. Banana. Yeah. Jim carrying a mask. Or after he got his chin rebuilt in, what was that name of that Jim Carrey movie? Me, Myself, and Irene. Now he got a cleft and a stronger chin. That's what I'm saying. He got a real strong. I got to see this Banana Man. Hold on a second, man. You got me. You said Banana Man. I'm pretty sure I've seen this, but I got to see Banana Man. Banana Man. Banana Man. Cartoon. Gotta be. Oh, hell yeah, exactly. That big ass chin that dude got. Yep, that's what Yes, dog. Absolutely, man. Brian Castano looks just Brian Castano looks just like Banana Man. Ah, hell no. That's fucking Johnny Bravo in this bitch. John Muhammad said, Charlo has to be super sharp tonight and well conditioned for the total 12 rounds and be prepared to be hit, or it's going to be a hard night. He's got to be prepared. He's got to be prepared for it. Because Brian Castano was a for real fighter, man. He's not, he's not coming in there joking. He's a confident fighter, Easier said than done. Floyd is, and always has been very smart human being, no doubt about it. Give the devil his due. Canelo tonight out. Charlo tonight, but Brian's going to give him his money, run for his money. No, I'm giving him his due. Absolutely. I'm comparing him to Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is a kind of a different thing than Floyd Mayweather Jr. Mike Tyson has legit, he was just so mercurial, dude. So mercurial. But at the same time, man, Mike Tyson was really huge. And people finally look forward to Mike Tyson because Mike Tyson's a knockout artist. Floyd Mayweather Jr. never really gave you anything in the. For me, when before Floyd Mayweather Jr. got famous, like before he got really big, he gave me a lot to really enjoy in the ring. My man Major says, salute Fannon, love the channel, betting it all on Charlo tonight, Lions only. Hey man, if you're gonna bet it all, this is a decent one to do. I'm 90-10 for Charlo because he's gonna really, Brian Castano really has to do something in order for him to, get out of there with a win, man. I can't see Brian Castano out pointing Jermell. And at the same time, I can see Jermell really trying to go get him though. Because Jermell don't play, man. Jermell's mindset, dude, I'm seriously would never want to get in an argument with Jermell Charlo. Because Jermell Charlo has got to be one of the froggiest individuals I have ever seen in my life. Like, he is so froggy, so animated, so quick to the trigger that in the boxing ring, it's like he's more relaxed in the boxing ring than he is outside the boxing ring. It's like he goes into the ring to relax because he doesn't seem he's not nearly as wired up. Like, the way that his personality, like, it seems outside the ring, you would swear that the dude would just be going in there trying to get at him, dog. Richard Hill said Charlo is froggy times 100, dog. Man, that is the froggiest motherfucker I've ever seen. Like I don't think I'd even want to be in a car with him, man. I'd be like, damn, dog, damn, dude, for real? I cracked the window. You want to smack people in their mouth for cracking the window? When you like boxing is for that dude. You know what I'm saying? Boxing is for that dude because he's like relax. We're gonna let you go in here and beat this guy up for a while. Will that keep you calm? Yeah. Dog, dude. I don't know. I like guys like that, dude. He's always running around punching his friends, elbowing his friends, just always, man, God, dog. Like, you know what? That dude is somebody that needs a harem. Like, like, people have arguments about whether monogamy is natural or not. Like, it's natural or not. I'm telling you though, guys, I'm telling you for sure. Guys like Jermell Charlo need a harem of chicks, dog. He needs calming influences around him, on him, in every room he goes to, dog. Otherwise, somebody's getting smacked in the mouth, dog. Somebody's getting smacked in that mouth, dog. Oh. John Muhammad said, Fannon, that's been one of his weaknesses, though. Harrison exposed his mental dysfunction in the first of their fights. Yeah, then he got his ass knocked out. But yeah, he's got to calm down a little bit because, dude, he always wants to fuck you up. Like, I got a friend like that, dude. Seriously, man. I got a friend like Jermell, man. It's a guy I love him to death. It's my guy. We've been cool forever. But I swear, one time we took a trip to New York. We drove from DC to New York. And the entire time we were in there, he literally tried to start a fight with every car that pulled up next to him. And we went to a gas station. He tried to start a fight he wanted to fight the gas attendant. We get to New York. We're in this restaurant. He wants to fight the waiters. I'm like, dude. And one time I was out with him in DC and I was like, man, pull the car over. I'm serious. I was just like, pull this shit over. What do you mean? What do you mean? I was like, man, I ain't into this shit, dude. You're going to get everybody into a fight, dog. I'm out. Because I'm not going to sell out. Once the fight starts, I'm not going to sell out. But if I know you about to start some shit, I'm out of here, dog. And I got out the car and called a taxi, and that was back when it was hard. I was like, man, I'm out of here, dog. You're going to make me get in the fight. Hey, my man Prime Talk TV said, some fighters just do better than fight big because it's safe having for a lot of young boys. Salute for now. Let me say, some fighters just do better. I don't know. I got to make sense of that. I'm sorry. Some fighters just do better than fight big. Oh, in big fights, maybe because it's safe. Oh, some people do a lot better when they fight because it's a safe haven for a lot of young boys. Salute for now. Absolutely, yes. And man, I try to convince my wife of that. I'm like, look, you need to get some of these kids, these wild ass kids in the black neighborhoods, the ones that'll beat you up if you touch their shoes. You need to get them in boxing rings. And they're like, I don't know, because of CTE and carpal, like the damage to the brain. I'm like, you don't understand. They're going to do damage to your body if you don't give them something to get that frustration out and let them learn how to fight and not fight. You know what I mean? Because there is something to hit and don't be hit. Be intelligent. And being intelligent in the ring should lead you to being more intelligent outside the ring. Like, don't hit him now. You may get arrested. Shit like that. But, doesn't keep Jermell, but on her side, she's like, yeah, but that didn't keep Gervonta Davis from beating the shit out of people. Hell yeah, he'll beat people up. As you speak, he tweaking in the frozen food aisle. Where the motherfucking White Castles? Where's my motherfucking White Castles with jalapeno peppers on the mugs? He be flipping out there, man. Says, sorry, using Siri for dictate. That's all right, man. You supported the channel, dog. Hey, in a super chat, I'll take any spelling you give, man. I appreciate your support, man. Say for nine, he didn't have that energy with Wilder. He talked about having people who would kill for him. Also, it's not a good thing to have cause that'll get you. Yeah, but look, man, he's got common sense, okay? If Jermell Charlo ain't going to catch no attitude with no gorilla, okay? He ain't going to catch an attitude with a gorilla, all right? Because the gorilla ain't trying to hear it. It's just going to rip your arms off and leave you laying there and keep it pushing. Nobody wants no smoke with Deontay Wilder. Who wants smoke with Deontay Wilder, for real? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's common sense, dog. Hunter, little dude, a medium-sized dude versus a big-ass man. Leave that big-ass dude alone. Because Deontay got every bit as much crazy. Every bit as much crazy as he does. And in fact, his brother seems like somebody that is wild, that will wild out on you too, in Marcellus Wallace. Fannon, I have a friend who's arguing, who says Rigo is trash and a bum. I can't talk to these types of so-called boxing fans. Anyone saying Rigo is a bum doesn't know boxing. Let me tell you, anybody that says Rigo is a bum is somebody that's really just trying to fuck with your head. and arguing for the sake of arguing. Because ain't no goddamn way, dog. There's nothing bummish about him. But that's just somebody said Demetrius Andrade's unskilled. Or says Deontay Wilder's unskilled. Like, those are the Tony Bellews in life, you know? Matter of fact, Tony Bellew, I just for 1 second got to tell you, who is the bigger dickhead between Tony Bellew and Dillian Whyte and Eddie Hearn? Like, if that is what living in the UK is, I have no desire to ever go there. Could you imagine having to sit around and be in conversations with Eddie Hearn, Dillian Whyte, and Tony Bellew? I mean, they're absolutely just like, bah! Hell yeah, he's a Hall of Fame. Which Hall of Fame is up for doubt, though? Motherfucker's in the AVN. He's in the AVN Hall of Fame for male performers. Fuck boy. I can't stand that dude, man. I can't stand that dude, man. Because he just says, if Deontay Wilder doesn't have any skills, then why don't you try to fight him? The UK, of all people, talking about people that don't have skills, and their fighters suck. It's like you got a bunch of fighters that you keep saying are good at the domestic level. I listen to them. I watch the fights. And your fighters suck compared to our fighters, but you guys got something to say about people over here not having any skills? You guys have no talent. How about that? How about which wins more often? Skills or talent? Somebody that is super talented or somebody that is skilled? Your skilled fighter is going to get his ass beat the fuck up against somebody that is really, really, really talented. And that means he knows how to use what he has very, very well. Yeah, Conor Ben has talent, but he better slow his roll. He better slow his roll, dog. Because I ain't believing all that UK stuff. The UK is domestic level boxing, not world or international level. Exactly, dude. Exactly. And here's Tyson Fury. Oh, the skills. Hey, get the fuck out of here. He fought bums and he cheated. He fought a bunch of domestic level fighters. Sefi Safiri, Pineda, Otto Wallin, and Tom Schwartz. All of those are domestic level fighters. And you cheated ridiculously in the other two fights. In one fight, you got knocked out and got lucky that the guy let you get up in the midst of you hitting him upside the head with bare knuckles. Man, Tyson Fury is a scumbag. Oh, but they were taking over American boxing, dog. That is the truth. Jerron Ennis got talent, skills, and power. Man, that boy is sick. But look, I got to get out of here because most likely I'm going to cover the fight tonight. So make sure you guys come watch the fight with me tonight or check me out when I call. I'm going to call the fight, the Jermell Charlo fight tonight. But I'm going to run up out of here. Mexico, oh my God. You know what's funny about that, Terry Schmoot? I told those guys that. I was like, back in 2019, when all these UK people were talking about how they were taking over American boxing and all this, I was like, you're not even in second place. Okay? You're in third place. You're really in like fifth place. Like fifth place. That's what's up, man. But anyway, let me get up out of here. And with that, I'm out. Peace.